Comp day tips. So a couple of tips backstage that are really good. You want to have good looking skin on top of your tan. Go to the Chemist Warehouse or your local chemist or online and get the Neutrogena spray, which is like a sunscreen spray. You spray it over your tan, it locks the tan in. So if you use something like Dream Tan or Pro Tan, it'll lock it on your skin, and if you sweat, it hopefully won't run. It gives you a nice shine without having to touch the skin, because other people might use baby oil or other things like canola spray on their skin. This Neutrogena sunscreen is non-touch, smells nice, looks good. Another little tip for the backstage is you go to Pro Tan or you go get something that's called Hot Stuff. Hot Stuff is like a deep heat spray. The tip with that, you need to spray it on from a distance. So if you spray it too close, it will make your tan run. Spray it on from about 2 feet away and let it mist over your body. It'll make your skin very hot very fast and start to tingle, but it will bring the veins out. So they're 2 real quick tips for backstage to make your appearance better than what it actually is. Alternate exercises for deadlifts. So that's a very good one. Deadlifting is very popular in bodybuilding and in training in general, but it is a very high risk movement if not done properly. So I'll do a video on the deadlift techniques, because there's a few cues. So just really quickly, there's a few things you want to do when you deadlift to set up. You want to have the bar across the center of your foot. You want to grip the bar just outside your shoulder width. Have your knees into your elbows. Pretend your head's attached to a string on the roof, and then push the world away while tucking your shoulder blades in your back pocket. So there's probably like 6 cues there which I teach people. Sounds confusing, but it actually minimizes injuries. But deadlifts are inherently exercises that does create injury if done incorrectly. So what does a deadlift do? It probably does most of the muscles in your body. So alternates to deadlifts, straight away would be a rack pull or a rack deadlift, which takes the bottom half of the movement out of it. So you rack it up on the rack on safeties just below your kneecap, and you're doing the same movement as a deadlift, but it's from that center position, so you're a bit stronger, a little bit less stress on your back. Another alternate to a deadlift would just to be a dumbbell row or a barbell row. Just bend over and do the row. So if you have trouble deadlifting, you don't have to do it. You can do an RDL or a stiff-legged deadlift. That is doing your hamstrings more. But you can also use a hex trap bar, which I've got a brand new one here I'll do a review on. The hex trap bar is a fantastic alternate to deadlift, because you can do a deadlift while having the bar through the center of the mass of your body. So instead of having the bar in front of your body, and the closer to your legs, the better center of gravity is. The hex trap bar goes around your body, you get better center of gravity. But number 1 alternate to deadlift would be a rack pull. What exercises do you recommend to build up your upper back and your rear delt area? So a few exercises. Number 1, I'd do face pulls with the cable. So you're grabbing the cable like this and you're pulling it towards your face. And you're trying to keep your elbows above your ears. That's then doing your traps, your rear delts, your rhomboids, everything down that spine and into your shoulder blade area. You keep that weight moderate. You don't want to go too heavy with it. Anything to do with your upper back and your rear delts, or your delts in general, you need to be careful to keep your head straight, because you've got your supraspinatus nerve which runs down the back of your neck here. And if your shoulder is closed, like I'm showing here, that's closed, that's open, you've got the potential to pinch that nerve, and then you get that feeling like you've got to crack your neck all day and it's stiff. So it's not a major thing, but you need to be careful. So when doing that face pull, be careful not to move your head. So that's one. Second one would be a bent over row to your neck. So you're doing a bent over row, and instead of going towards your belly button, you go up towards your chest, which is also called a pendlay row. So a pendlay row is a very aggressive movement to your chest, but that's going to do your rear delts and your traps and your upper portion of your back there. And obviously for your rear delts, just your bent over dumbbell flies, anything where you're moving on this plane of motion, where you're pulling your elbows behind you, whether it be like this, whether it be like this, whether it's like this, that's all rear delt, trap area. And then to isolate traps, you can't go past the shrug. So whether you do behind the back or in front, dumbbells, barbell, whatever you want, all you're doing is having your arms stiff and you're shrugging up like you're saying, I don't know why I'm doing this exercise. So they're the alternatives. They're the recommended exercises for that area, but just like everything, you need good weight, high reps, low reps, time under tension, rest, recovery, everything like that to actually grow the muscle. Glutamine, what is it? So first of all, glutamine is an amino acid. It's the most abundant amino acid in your body. It's the precursor for building muscle and protein synthesis in your body. So it's the building block for making the protein. It supports immune function, fantastic for immune function, for gut function. And when under stress, your body uses glutamine first. So if you're stressed at work or whatever, your glutamine will be used first. So glutamine does occur in foods naturally, what you eat, but supplement with it. It can assist in recovery from burns. It can reduce involuntary weight loss for people with HIV and AIDS. So it's such a simple amino acid that does so much and cheap. Why don't you put it in your usual regime? So I suggest put it in your pre-workout shake, in your post-workout shake, in water during the day. And then dosages, it's safe to take up to 40 grams of this a day. So what I would do is just take 10 grams a day every day, and you're right. So lots of people don't take glutamine. It's really good for you. It's really cheap. Just get 10 grams, put it in water. You can't taste it and you can't go wrong.